Good morning. Cold November morning this morning, but it's dry, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to get out. So I'm going for a cup of coffee this morning. It's overall it's an 80-mile round trip, but gives me a chance to get out, blow the cobwebs away, get on the bike and enjoy the bike. All the trees are changing colour in there in the autumn, so it's just nice to get out, see nature. It's just something sort of special about autumn, with like I said, the leaves are changing, the fields are all changing, all being ploughed up, and it's just nice to get out. So I thought I'd take you with me this morning. So as far as the bike's concerned, I'm absolutely loving it. When I first got the bike, I said to you guys how smooth and planted it felt, and it's still exactly the same. I'm absolutely loving it. If you've been watching the channel, you would have seen put a few accessories on the bike. I think I'm just about done now. I've got the back pannier guards they're on order. They should be arriving next week with a bit of luck, so I'll be putting them on. And I'm still toying with the seat. This is a comfortable seat, but I do like, I think what's swaying me is I like the look of the couple of the settlement seats. But well, we'll see. Maybe that's next year. I don't know. But for the moment, once the pannier guards have come, then I've done everything to the bike that I want to do. I'm really enjoying it. Customer service, what's all that about? Do you know, it astounds me that in today's market, where everybody's striving to make money, everybody's striving to make a living, everybody's striving to survive, that there are people out there that just don't deliver customer service. And to me, it makes all the difference. If there's someone that gives customer service and there's someone that doesn't, I know where I'm spending my money. A couple of examples of good and bad customer service that I've experienced. So with my last bike, it was about 6 months old and I had an issue. Warning light come up, so I took it to my local dealership, only 6 miles from my house. So I've got this issue, and it's under warranty obviously, it's only 6 months old. They said, you didn't buy the bike from us, did you? I said, no, I bought it from somewhere else. They said, we're going to have to charge you £100 to inspect it. I said, but it's under warranty. They said, I don't care. You bought the bike from somewhere else. You didn't buy it from us. So we're going to have to charge you £100 to inspect it. He said anything that we find on the bike obviously is currently warranty, but the initial inspection, I'm sorry, but we charge £100 for that. I said, okay, don't worry, don't bother about it. So I phoned up the dealership that I bought the bike from, 75 miles from my house. I explained the situation, got this warning light come up, and they said, okay, well clearly you don't want to ride it like that, we'll come and pick it up. I said to them, you're not going to charge me for inspection, are you? They said, of course not, the bike's new, it's under warranty. So they came and picked the bike up. They resolved the problem. A few days later, delivered the bike back to me. Didn't cost me a penny. Everything was resolved. The bike ran perfectly and carried on running perfectly. So, two bits of customer service there. One, the first guy had no idea what the term customer service meant. He had no intention of building any form of long-term relationship with me. He just saw me as a one-off hit for cash when I walked through the door. The second guy, 75 mile away, clearly wants a long-term relationship, and we've got one. I went back and bought my second bike from him. I got my bike service from him. I walk in the door and they want to give you good service. My local dealership, you walk in the door and you walk in with a sign over your head that says pound notes, how much can I earn out of this guy? Something similar sort of customer service that I got a few years ago. I was changing cars. I wanted to change cars. First dealership I went to, it was all too much trouble to get a car for me to test drive. They just couldn't be bothered. I went to a different dealership, different brand, different franchise, and although they didn't have the car that I wanted to test drive in their dealership, they went out of their way and they brought one from 150 mile away and gave me my test drive 3 or 4 days later in the car that I wanted to test drive. I then bought my car from that dealership, and since I bought 2 other cars from them and always have my car serviced. You walk in the door there and it's quite clear what they want to do is give you good service. I just don't understand why people, you know, in the service world just don't recognise the importance of good service, good customer service. Good customer service can lead to long-term relationships. Good for both people. You feel secure, you feel safe, you feel as though you're getting your money's worth. Difficult to understand. Well, it certainly is a cold day. I'm well wrapped up. I feel okay. I can feel it on my legs a little bit, and my hands are a little bit chilly, but not too bad. Why these 2 cars in front of me are driving along with their roof down on a morning like this, I have no idea. It's about, I think it's about 7 or 8 degrees this morning, but with the wind chill factor it's a lot worse, a lot less than that. But the roads are dry, or reasonably dry in most places, and it's really nice just to get out, just drive through the lovely autumn countryside. After installing my mini floorboards, I've adjusted them slightly. I've moved them back. If you saw the video on my channel where I installed them in the centre hole and left them reasonably flat. I've now moved them to the forward hole, so the floorboards are pulled back slightly more. Tilted them up at more of an angle, and they are really comfortable. Really pleased I installed them. There's been a lot of YouTube videos that I've looked at where people have wanted to change the windshield on the front fairing. My experience so far is I really don't need to. I'm 5'6", and I found that the air is hitting me across the top of my shoulders. It's not buffeting at all. I don't feel it's buffeting my head. It's just hitting me across the top of the shoulders. Not an issue at all. It may be if I was going on a trip, you may want a bigger screen to give you more protection, to stop you getting so tired. But my experience in the riding that I'm doing at the moment, I think the small screen looks really good. I really like the look of it, and it works for me. I'm guessing if you're a bit taller, it might hit, obviously it'll hit you lower down the chest. The air will hit you lower down the chest. But for someone my size, this is good. I don't see any reason to spend money on another windshield. So I've had my coffee, I've had a sausage bap, nice and warm now, although I'm sure the temperature's dropped a bit, but I've got plenty of layers on, so I'm nice and warm and cosy. Bit of food, not coffee inside you. Have a nice steady ride home now. I must have just gone past a field where the farmer was muck spreading. Oh dear, that puts hairs on your lungs, that does, I tell you. I have to say, these little mini floorboards are so comfortable. They really made a difference. Really pleased with them. This is blowing the cobwebs away. It's a lovely ride. Beautiful countryside to ride through. A long ride for a coffee, but well worth it. Now as I leave the countryside behind and enter into the town, I'll say goodbye. You take care.